Hello, good morning. This is Nas from NB Network Lessons. Hope everyone's doing okay and having a fantastic day. Date today is September 24, year is 2024, and this is Calculus 2, lesson number 7. So the problem I have on the board basically says to find the area of surface generated by revolving the curve around y-axis. So I took the liberty of drawing the diagram on the board in interest of time. This right here is the function x is equal to 9 minus y square under the root for the range, integration range from minus y to positive y. Okay, so this is the range. So this right here, my friends, in blue is the function. I took the liberty of drawing that on the board already. This curve right here represents this function x is equal to 9 minus y square under the root. The question is, if we revolve this function, if we revolve this parabola shape around y-axis, we're not revolving around x-axis this time. We revolve, this is, let's say this right here is x-axis, this is y-axis. So we are revolving this parabola shape around y-axis, okay? The question they've asked is that what is the surface area and within the range from minus 1 less than y and then y less than or greater than 1. So that's what we are supposed to find. So let's go ahead and dive into it and see if we can find out. By the way, what the the area they want us to find, let me highlight that in the red. So this is the area we are finding when this parabola shaped curve is revolved around y-axis. So first of all, the surface area formula is this right here, 2 pi x multiplied by arc length. Okay, now everybody remembers the formula of arc length. I will write it on the board also in just a bit. So what we do is that we say, okay, no problem, surface area is equal to 2 pi. Now what is the x in this case right here? X is under root 9 minus y square. Okay, and then we got to multiply the whole thing by the arc length, which is going to be 1 plus x prime y, and you whole square it under the root dy. Okay, all I'm doing is just basically using this formula. The surface area is 2 pi x multiplied by arc length. Okay, and then I'm just basically plugging in the value of x and plugging in the value of arc length. This is the formula for arc length. This is how you find the length of the arc. This right here, when I say length of the arc, I mean this. Okay, so hopefully that's clear. Okay. All right, so then we take the x, we say x is equal to 9 minus y square, and we take the derivative of that because that is what's required right here, x prime in the arc length formula. So what we do is that we write down x is equal to under root 9 1 minus y square because that's what x is, and then we take derivative of that. So once we do the derivative of that, we are going to apply the chain rule. Okay, so as you know, you have under root 9 minus y square. I can write this as 1 over 9 minus y square negative half, correct? So now if we take, I have not taken derivative yet. Let's go ahead and take the derivative of this. Once I take the derivative of this, I have to apply the chain rule. If you recall from my previous lessons, chain rule is the easiest way to remember what chain rule is. You take the derivative of the big picture, and then you take the derivative of what's inside the picture. So this right here, my friends, 9 minus y square raised to the power minus half is the big picture. Okay. In other words, this right here is the big picture. What we do is that we take the picture derivative of the big picture, and then we're going to take what's inside the picture. So once I do that, I get 1 over 2 9 minus y square. Now let me ask you this. What do you think it's inside the picture? Okay. I took the derivative of the big picture, but what's inside the picture? Y. So then the derivative of y square is 2y. There you go. Then this 2 and this 2 cancel. And then what I do is that I take the square of both sides because that's what the formula says. So then x prime square is equal to, when I take the square of both sides, I get y square over 9 minus y square. Now the life is simple. Okay. Next step, what we have to do is the formula has 1 plus the derivative and the square. So we got to add plus 1 plus on both sides. So then I'm going to go ahead and do this rest right here. Okay. So then what we have is we say add 1 to both sides. Okay. So once we do that, we say 1 plus x prime square is equal to 1 plus y square over 9 minus y square. Clear? And then we further simplify this. We get 1 plus x prime square is equal to 9 over 9 minus y square. I'm just applying algebra over here to simplify this expression into this. Okay, then we say take square root of both sides of both sides. Once we do that, we get under root 1 plus x prime square is equal to 3 over under root 9 minus y square. Again, I'm applying just algebra over here. All right. So now what we have to do is, now we get to the fun part, and we take the apply the formula and integrate it. So let me go ahead and do that on this side. Now we're going to do apply formula and integrate. Okay. All right. So then we have 2 pi. Basically, what we are doing is that we're trying to find the surface area. Okay. The one with this red right here, that's the area we are finding when the curve is rotated around y-axis. So this is the formula. Surface area 2 pi x into arc length. 2 pi, and the range is from -1 to +1, 9 minus y square, okay, into 3 over 9 minus y square, okay, into dy. All right. So we can cancel this expression with this expression right here because they are same. So then we are left with 2 pi -1 to 1. We have 3 dy. Now the problem is really, really simple. Okay. So when we take the integrate this, we get 6 pi, and then we have y, and we put the range right here, 1 minus 1. In other words, plug in positive 1 for y, minus, then plug in negative 1. So once we do that, the answer we get is, let me show you one more step. I don't want to skip the step. So you have basically 6 pi into 1 minus 1. So then the answer is 12 pi units square. Don't make sure that you write down unit square because we are finding the surface area. If you just put down units, your professor might take some marks off because the unit for area is always whatever the unit is, meters, feet, whatever, centimeters, inches, it has to have a square. Thank you so much for watching. Till my next lecture. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.